I'm extremely happy to present Demon Rush Chapter 6. The story continues as Soren meets his new master and learns about the Holy Knights, the war against evil, and what is Imperium.
Okay, I was right. So that is gonna be Soren's master. He's gonna be training him probably until like 2029 or something. This master, most likely 90% chance he's gonna like die. Probably give Soren like a power boost. I know this is all gonna happen. But yeah, so it looks like we're gonna be going into Soren's like journey and adventure. It seems like that's gonna be the case, especially in the beginning parts. It might be like I'm thinking about this might become like a Naruto and Sasuke type of thing with like Rush and Soren, but like instead of just showing, because in Naruto they basically just showed mostly Naruto's journey, because of course it's called Naruto. But it seems like in here, hopefully, which I believe is the case, Mastar is gonna show both journeys. So he's gonna show Soren's journey, will also simultaneously, or maybe not at the same time, gonna show Rush's journey, I guess, leading up to maybe like a final battle between the two. That's like my overall prediction of like the whole story. That's definitely gonna happen for sure. This feather is supposed to be some type of divine sword. It'd be like that in anime anyway. Like it always be like the smallest things become like the most broken and overpowered items, for real. For him to gift you this blade, he must have seen something in you. Yeah, he saw that main protagonist energy, that plot armor. Oh, then he must have like if he feels like it's his duty to mentor him because of Michael, then there must be some great deep connection between the two. And I guess my question is, what history did they have together if this is the case? You're not a kid, bro. You're in high school. You're about to graduate. You're almost 18, bro. The Holy Kingdom barely won the last war. Are they talking about the Holy Wars? Like the ancient time Holy Wars? This time they took Michael, one of our most powerful. He will be tortured and his mind mangled. I wonder if Michael is gonna become like a part of Lucifer's like demons, like devils, just like the other monster. And now if I let my brain go wild, and then one of Soren's first missions is gonna be to kill Michael or something, or probably learn how to turn him back. Oh, Soren, man, he's one of those. Like, he got no optimism in him. And that man said, hey man, if I'm gonna die anyway, whatever. Damn, I really thought it was gonna be the opposite. I thought Soren was gonna be like the optimistic type, and Rush was gonna be like it's meaningless, everything's like in fate and like destiny and everything's decided already. But nah, it doesn't seem like that's the case. Hold on. All humans are bound by a natural born limiter, preventing us from using Imperium. So he's basically saying he's human himself. That's basically what he's saying, right? I'm assuming that's what these Archangel warriors are. They all former humans that like broke their limits, their born limiters. Alright, Supreme Kai, show Gohan his true potential. Really? God power? Okay, man. I'm one of the last remnants of the Holy Knights. So I think, yeah, okay, it's the Holy Knights I was talking about. It seems like the Holy Knights are probably humans that like broke their born limiters or whatever. It seems like that's the case. It is my duty to protect this realm from the clutches of evil. Okay. Damn, so what does it take like to become a Holy Knight? Is it chosen from birth? Like, are you just like born like being capable and having that potential, or like does a Holy Knight, like does any human could possibly be a Holy Knight, but like it takes another Holy Knight to break that human's limiter to become a Holy Knight themselves, if that makes sense. It doesn't seem like that's the case, since Michael, the Archangel, like noticed Soren and knew Soren somehow, some way. So it seems like there's just chosen ones, like select few of people who are able to break limits and all that. So we'll see. The Holy Knights are a group of warriors powerful in the arts of Imperium who have battled Lucifer's armies for millennia. Okay, so once you become a Holy Knight, you're basically technically immortal. Like, you're not really immortal because it's the type of, or I should say, eternal youth. Yeah, they probably have you eternal. Actually, no, because this guy's old as hell. So I don't know, you just age slower, I guess. Unless they have to constantly, or maybe that's not the case. Maybe they just constantly have to have new chosen ones in like every generation. Maybe that's the case. And it's not just like the same group that's been fighting for like a long time. The last time we joined in arms was during the War of the Flaming Crowns over 2,000 years ago. If he was part of that fight, that war, then okay, then he could live a long time. We fought side by side with the angels, bathing in the glow of righteous combat. It took 7 days of blooded combat before the Hell Gate closed. Okay, that sparks another question. The Hell Gate. So like, how does that work? So demons could only appear in this realm when the Hell Gate is open. So is it like every 1,000 years, every 2,000 years? Since he said the last war was 2,000 years ago, is it like every 2,000 years? Or is it the case that it opens because of some type of ritual, some type of like method that someone has to do to open the gate, and then there's like a method to close the gate? Hey man, Mastar Media, I'm just trying to make sure you got these answers prepared in the future, that's all, man. The world is filled with mysterious objects, artifacts, and entities. The more you increase your Imperium limit, the more you will notice them. So okay, so Imperium limit is basically like, that's like the scaling. I'm assuming that's going to be the power system scaling. The higher the Imperium limit, the higher, I guess, that'll determine how strong you are, how powerful or how capable you are. It seems like that's where going to be the power system is going to come from. At least for the angel side, the Holy Knight side of things. Then why wouldn't the angel give this to you? That question weighs on my mind too. Bro, oh man, you're just not that guy, man. You're not him. Look, man, he did you a favor, man. He knows it's almost time for your retirement, man. That man's, the angel sensed, like Michael sensed that plot armor. He sensed the main character protagonist energy in Soren. It's just how it goes in stories. And plus you got a special role to play. You need to, since you're old, you need to die in the future. Give Soren his power boost, his power up. And there you go. So is it the case that there were some demons that stayed in this realm and that not all of them returned and the Hell Gate was closing? So like there was demons who were like in hiding this whole time for like 2,000 years. Anyway, if that was the case, what the hell they were doing? They were just waiting for it to reopen. Disguised as humans, they operate in a gray area, trading artifacts and information to gain influence. Typically, I do not hunt them unless they step outside their boundary. Why not? They're demons. If you know they're not up to anything good, why wouldn't you just slaughter them all? Why not? Unless there's some good ones, unless that's the case. Or if it's the case that you could turn demons into like purify their souls or something, unless you could do that, then I don't see why you wouldn't just eliminate any of them, like any chance you get anytime you see them. Like, they should be having no boundaries. Like, what is their boundaries, man? Then there are members of the occult that can travel to hell at will. Powerful entities trained in the dark art. Travel to hell at will. So regardless if the Hell Gate is closed or not, they could just go in and leave. So like, I'm assuming Lucifer then is able to leave and go into the Hell Gate anytime. I'm assuming. And what I'm assuming is or maybe not, maybe it's sealed or whatever. Like, maybe it's a technique and it's not based on how powerful you are. I don't know. But maybe it's the case that the people or these members that are able to leave hell at will, maybe these are the ones who could decide, or they could kind of open the gate when they feel like, maybe, or when they have the chance or the opportunity to. If it's a case where it's not based on like a time frame and it's more like a ritual or some type of technique you have to do to open the gate. And another thing I'm assuming is Rush is gonna be the type of person, or Rush is probably gonna be the type to be able to do the same thing and travel into hell and out of hell after he goes to like rigorous training. I feel like he probably learned it to himself. Hold on. These creatures are not human, right? Like these entities that could go in and out of these creatures that could go in and out of hell are not human, right? So like how did like society just function and run like with all these entities like and no one noticed anything? Actually, it could be like real life where it's like, oh, maybe someone spotted something potentially, but like it's just cast off as conspiracy. Yeah, maybe that's what's going on. Scientists to this day still ponder how the pyramids were formed. The answer is Imperium. In the ancient days, wielding Imperium was common among the people. So everyone was just breaking their limits. Everyone was just born limiters. Everyone was Imperial Knight. Holy Knights. So like what happened? Like everyone got nerfed. or the people of Egypt, like the chosen people. So like did the Imperium become a lost art after the major war against the demons 2,000 years ago? Maybe that's the case, and that's how people like don't even know what that is anymore. Yep, I was right. It got lost after the 2,000 years during the one of the only remnants of that forgotten age. So damn, he's over 2,000 years old. If he's one of the last people from that time, what the hell? Yes, it must be able to like give him unlimited health bar. Like I knew this had to be the case. Damn, he only missed school for a month? That's crazy. Nah, they really be on top of it though. Like governments though, they be top of schools. Like you may be making sure that school be on point and be the first ones like back up and running. Yup, time to train. Soren the protagonist. It's time for you to do your thing, man. Okay, that's the end of the chapter 6. Alright, so I'm convinced Soren is the protagonist. He's the main character. Can't tell me otherwise. He had too many screen time, too much going on through like Soren's point of view to tell me he's not the protagonist. Even Mastar Media's comment that he left the other day on my last video is hinting towards Soren being the protagonist. So if Mastar Media is hinting that, then I might have to title this video Mastar Media purposely or intentionally made Soren the protagonist, even though it's called Demon Rush. I really don't know when's the next time we're gonna see Rush. To be honest, I think in my personal opinion, I think it would be the perfect opportunity in the next chapter to show like what was Rush doing this whole time during Doomsday and everything like that. I feel like especially since like we getting to like a good stop for Soren, a good point where he like, alright, we know what he's doing next. It's time for him, after learning everything, it's time for him to start training and learning more about the Holy Knights, about the Archangels, about the ancient wars and everything like that. So we already know what's like the next steps for him. So I think this, for me, if it was me writing this story here, I probably would enter the next chapter with talking about like, or having Rush's point of view. Because I just realized I don't think we haven't seen like Rush's point of view ever in this story yet, other than the first chapter when it was in 2039. That was the only time it was in Rush's point of view where the story was taking place. But I think if he wants to do it where he shows like both of their journeys simultaneously, then I think next chapter showing Rush what he was doing, what he was running to, how Lucifer like got a hold of him, what makes him special. Because we're starting to learn what makes Soren special. We're not really fully sure yet. It has something to do with his amulet or something, so we'll see about that. But we'll hopefully we get to see like how Rush is probably special too in terms of the demonic side. So I think if it was me, I think that's like the best case or the best route to take in terms of the next chapter or the next 2 chapters at least. Because then like once we get both of these characters to start their journeys, then things could start get really interesting from there on. So yeah, I think those are my thoughts really for my next chapter. I guess for the next chapter, for this chapter, yeah, it was just a whole ton of information, a lot of details, a lot of information. And that's one thing to keep in mind is fights, like you don't you don't need to have fights all the time to keep the story engaging and interesting. As long as the dialogue has important information or is hinting towards information as that could potentially be important later on, then that's fine too. Like, that's already engaging enough and interesting enough to keep a reader engaged and interested in. It's enough to keep a reader to, you know, continue reading. So yeah, hopefully Mastar realize or remembers or continue having chapters where it has these dialogues, these important conversations, and understand that, you know, fighting is not the only way, you know. So yeah, man, that's it. Hopefully it doesn't take another, like, I don't know, 3-4 months for the next chapter to come out. No rush, Mastar, but man, oh man, to be honest, if I was you, I probably would start making chapters, you know, like have a collective amount of chapters, like be ahead, and then like so that I can have like a consistent schedule of releasing chapters. So like my advice, if you want to like take a long time, this is probably the last time you could probably take a long time to like release a chapter. Like if I was you, I'd probably try to get like 3, 4, 5 chapters ahead, so that I could like at least release like 1 chapter a month. But like since you're always ahead, you could take your time with like future chapters, because you're already like, you know, 4 or 5 chapters ahead of schedule, so you don't have to feel like you're rushing, or you know, or you spend too much time with 1 chapter and it's been a while since you released a chapter, because you're already ahead of the game and already like, you know, a few chapters ahead. So hopefully you're already doing that, but if you're not, then I think you should start doing that, because I don't know if having these, you know, 3-month break or 4 months before another chapter comes out, I don't think that's gonna cut it. So this is a final piece of advice. So yeah,